What is going on, guys? I'm J2005 Kendo here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Hybrid Universal Century Accelerator Evolution Zeta Gundam. So this is the new updated version of the Zeta Gundam, and actually it looks pretty cool in this Wave Rider mode. And I'm sorry I forgot to retract the rifle. The tail, like this piece, usually goes out of place, but it is due to because I am not prepared. But anyways, it is of course not as detailed as the real grade. And it is more kind of better, except for the color separation, of course, because you can see the fiasco that is over here. But anyways, this overall looks absolutely amazing, except for these thrusters are red on real grade. I don't know what's your perception. You can color it. And it comes with this high mega launcher, the hyper mega launcher, and also landing gear for the launcher, but you do not get landing gear for the Zeta Gundam itself without the launcher, as opposed to the real grade. So I guess there's kind of like a payoff, like trade-off. But anyways, this looks pretty amazing on its own already. So to transform it, of course, as you expect, it is a parts former, but it is not as bad. It is not as bad as I expect. Of course, you had to strip off everything. So let me just fast forward this section for you guys so it's not as torturous. And this is all you're going to be left with. So what you need to do is to bring in the actual body frame and then reassemble the whole thing. So first, assemble this. No, actually, you need to put in the red piece in first, or else it will be a nightmare to put it on once the chest plate is on the chest. And while I'm transforming this, let me tell you guys, this is the first time in a long time that I ever used the lights. So what do you think of the lighting? Because I am really not an expert at setting up lights. So tell me your opinions in the comments below, and let me see how I can improve the light set, the light setup. And of course, this is a problem because the ball joints are shit, and by doing so, you would bear the risk of breaking the pegs of the ball joints. Luckily, I got away with that for a few times, but yeah, it's alright. And the legs, I have kind of a gripe because you need to extend this, change the actual position of the pipes, and then extend the joint. Why? I don't know. But I bet the old high grade just simply folds up, or I don't know because I never built the old high grade. Well, the real grade just bends. But this, you have to do this extra tedious step as opposed to other transformable mobile suits. And then there you have it, the Zeta Gundam in mobile suit mode. So the proportions are amazing on this guy. I bet this is due to it took inspiration from the Lightning Zeta Gundam, because they improved all the proportions on that kit, and then they decided, oh well, we're gonna make the revived Zeta anyway, so let's take the proportions from that, and it isn't a bad idea. And I really do not have a lot to say about this because the proportions are realistic. Well, the head, it's either the sticker work or the molding itself, but the head kind of feels a little bit off. But anyway, speaking of that, we have the forehead camera as a sticker. You have the back of the head. Be careful of the V from falling off, because if it does, you may not find it ever again. And then the eyes, I forgot what they're linked together, I think. Oh no, they're separate. Anyways, and then you got orange ones on the shoulders, front and back, And then you've got orange ones over here, orange ones on the arms, all the red on the wing pieces. And I believe that is it. This is seriously a problem. Make sure you use those kind of like white ball joints from the Bill Fighter series, or else it would just continuously do that. Well, it looks a bit bland right out of the box, so I recommend, if you have the leftover decals from the real grade, use that on this guy. Because yeah, basically the proportions are the same, so yeah, the sticker placement is gonna be the same basically. And also panel lining is also recommended. For the articulation of this guy, it is as you expect, but neither the head nor the arms are on polycaps. So the head, it is a bit stiff. It also has a neck joint and the ball joint on the head. Forward and back motion, side to side, not that much because of the giant collar over here. The arms is where you need to be careful. I've already stressed this one out just by bending it, just by rotating the arms, so be careful. This is why I have a gripe about stiff joints. So it can be pulled out and come out. It can go up this far at the torso, and then more if you lift up this flap on the actual arm itself, so perpendicular. And then the arms can rotate, and it's not a polycap joint, so it's very stiff, but come on. But if you've put too much force into the actual joint, let me take this off, it would actually bend this joint over here, like this piece, and then it will stress and eventually break. So I recommend just grab this piece, grip onto this piece, and then make sure you only move the arm. Because if you could bear to see the fiasco of the right arm, here it is. Terrible. So yeah, be careful when you're bending the joints. I'm sorry for the jump in, because when I was rewatching the review, I found out that I forgot to mention the arm articulation. Like when I finished explaining how the joints would break, I actually forgot how to explain these. So I hope you forgive me for that. Anyways, the arms can rotate, and then it's a double jointed elbow, pretty good. And then it is a easily popping up ball jointed wrist. So pop back to the review. And then the waist, they advertise this amazing crunch, but it is kind of hard to pull off without you popping off the entire torso for a few times. And of course the side to side motion and a few crunches. The back skirt is not cooperating with me right now whatsoever, so I recommend you stay on. There you go, glue it in if you do not want to transform it. Yeah, and then the front skirts, they tell you to separate them, and it doesn't go off. It doesn't come off at all, which is a very good thing. I hope more high grades do that, because I'm having problems with that with my other high grades. Then the side skirts are on a typical hinge. Back skirts move. The legs can not go anywhere on the joint, but they can go forwards, backwards, all the way if the wing isn't in the way. The side, all the way basically. Rotation at the hip. Double jointed knee, not too good. It's just a little bit over 90 degrees. Well, I like that there's something to cover up the bottom piece. And you can also break his leg. Break a leg, people. Jokes. But anyways, yeah, the front piece moves, the back piece doesn't move. The legs can go the feet can go forwards and back, side to side, rotate. It's on a ball joint, and the toe can come down. The heel spur is stationary, unlike the real grade, but yeah, it's a high grade. Cut it some slack. And then these are not on ball joints, which is 50-50, because you cannot rotate it like this, or unless you need to pop it off. But it means it can stay solidly in the backpack. But anyways, they can rotate a little bit out here. The wings, there's a tab over here in case you want to open it. Get your finger down in there, and then basically pull this piece. And then the tail is on the double joint, but you cannot fully utilize it because the black piece would obstruct or collide with the blue back piece. So yeah, you cannot fully like extend the tail piece. But anyways, this is a very good articulated kit. I must say, this is amazing. For the accessories, first off, you have the grenade launchers in the arms. So what you need to do, there's a little teeny tiny tab over here, and then you basically get your fingernail in there and open it up. And of course, the missiles should be red as well. If you want extra ammo, here's some badly cut out ammo clips or cartridges that you can just peg onto the arm. I did that without care, but anyways, here's the option. And then you have the beam sabers with 2 clear paint beams provided. So you can basically make him hold it and do the iconic slashing pose. But there's no storage in the side skirt. Well, it's a high grade, so I cut it the slack. But yeah, you're gonna need a ziplock to store these away. And then you have the generic beam rifle. So what you need to do to transform the beam rifle is extend the barrel and then put down the handle. This kind of peg, you can peg it onto the arm upside down to store it. Here we go. But then that takes up a lot of space toward the back or toward the top, depending on how you position the arm. So yeah, I recommend you stay off that. Unless hand-free gun, people. You can make it hold it underslung, why not? But the way to hold it, you don't need to take off the hand or anything, just goes right in solidly and with no trouble at all. And then you have the iconic shield. So what I did before I brought it in is, for the Wave Rider mode, it is pegged on lower. So you need to take this piece off, place it up just so it is retracted, and then bring in this teeny tiny little piece over here. So make sure the curve, it is curved like this. It should be. So what you, oh, I guess I'll take that back. It should be curved the other way. What am I thinking? I'm such a douche. So basically you could peg it onto the arm, and yeah, here you go. And then you have missiles in here, and then you have 2 yellow stickers on the shield and 1 red sticker. And also the beam rifle, you have a metallic green sticker for the scope and 2 yellow stickers for detailing, which the yellow detailing is not on the real grade. How surprising. And then finally you have the addition of the Hyper Mega Launcher. So first off, you're gonna take out this like hideous looking landing gear, and then you need to open it up over here, which reveals 2 support handles, and then you need to open up at the bottom, which reveals the main handle. So this is going to be a bit tricky to set up because first off, I don't want to break it any further. Second of all, yeah, just because it is just so big. So what I usually do is position the gun under the armpit and then let the Gundam hold the main handle. And then what I would do is extend this arm, make sure you grip it the right way, rotate it, and then try and make it grab the support handle. So here you go, and then extend this just for a bit of more effect, and then extend the barrel. So here you go, the Hyper Mega Launcher. Nice addition. I wish they have this in the real grade, even not in the retail kit as a P Bandai add-on. That never came to the light. But anyways, that is all the accessories for the Zeta Gundam. The only comparison I can have is the disastrous real grade Zeta Gundam. Well, the proportions, of course, the real grade dominates over the high grade. It is kind of like a safety measure to revert back to parts forming a 1144th high grade. So I guess this is a good job, but also kinda like a missed out opportunity to make at least some parts fully transformable. I have a complaint about the legs, especially with the shifting of the pipes. And then also the overall height. At least make the height accurate, man. Come on. Still, the high grade is a better kit in general. So yeah, this fiasco can just go in the subblock. So that is all for the real grade Zeta Gundam. I actually think that this is a kit worth getting, even if you prefer the real grade more than the high grade, which, yeah, there has to be a minority that thinks like that. But anyways, not judging you. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did like it, please be sure to drop a like, comment, and also subscribe for more gaming videos, model reviews, and all that kind of stuff. Tell me what you think about the review, the kit, and also, yeah, about the lighting, because I'm not a professional in setting that up. But anyways, would you prefer to buy this or the real grade? Tell me in the comments below. So, subscribe to Ultra Prime, it's a videos in pure percentage if you haven't. Also, Plow Model Productions, and I guess I'll see you guys after this cold period has finished, because exams, work, and no models I'm interested in are going to be released. But anyways, side topic, I digress. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.